Guess who went to his first con, everybody? Hey guys, this is Miasma from Gyre Media, and it's been a week, but I had to do a video about me going to my first convention, which was Anime Boston, last weekend. We went, me and RK from the podcast went Saturday and Sunday, and had a terrific time. It's been something that I wanted to go to for a while, but life has kind of gotten in the way, and finally I had a job that got me enough money to save up to be able to go, and I'm so glad I did. It was such a blast, and I'm definitely going to go in the future. But we'll definitely you'll see some more videos about maybe another podcast or something, because there's so much that me and RK could talk about with our experience at this thing, because it was so fun, and we saw so many different people, and oh man. But this video I'm gonna talk about my pickups, because I know some people are really interested in that. What I bought there, spent a pretty good amount of money in my opinion, but it was well worth it. I guess first we'll just start with I only picked up a couple. I picked up one set of DVDs and one Blu-ray. The way I looked at it was, I was gonna pick up more, probably manga and wall scrolls and posters and stuff, which I did. And t-shirts. Got this sick Evangelion t-shirt. And I also have this really cool Durarara t-shirt. Izaya vs. Shizuo. Love Durarara very much. Can't afford the DVDs or the Blu-rays though, because, I don't want to be paying $50 to $70 for 6 episodes. Thank you, Aniplex. But yeah, let's go. Now that we got the t-shirts out of the way, even though I said that I was going to do the Blu-ray and DVD first, now we're going to actually do that. So, this I got Now and Then, Here and There. Now, this series was highly recommended by a lot of different YouTubers that I watch. Black Curta Guy especially, he had it number 1 as the most underrated anime series of all time. And I've heard a lot about it on the internet, and you never, aside from kind of the review community, you never hear people really talking about it, because it's kind of an older show, and I really wanted to experience it. I've heard a little bit about the plot itself, and it seems very, very interesting to me. It seems like a very anti-war kind of story, which I'm all about. But yeah, I picked it up for, this was $70. It is a used copy, but it was the only copy of this that I saw at the con. The only one in all of the vendors. And this one dude had one copy of it, and I picked it up on Saturday morning. The same dude, RK had wanted to get a copy of Monster. And I believe it was the same dude. Could be wrong. But he had another box set of Monster. I'm assuming it was a Japanese edition, because I don't think they've released a dub of Monster. Could be wrong about that as well. Yes, they haven't. Monster's in a weird situation, because they've dubbed it, but they haven't released all of it. It's in a weird limbo. But yeah, so it must have been a Japanese copy, or an imported foreign copy or something like that. And RK had the idea, and I think I fed into this too, that maybe it'd be cheaper on Sunday. So we waited for Sunday. Sunday comes around and it's already gone. But he found some other stuff to buy, and maybe he'll make a video about that next. We had made a video in our hotel room on this crappy camera that I have that's not very good at motion and stuff like that, but the quality of that video is not very good, and it doesn't cover everything that we bought. So I feel like it'd be better if both of us maybe just made a separate video. Now I can tell you guys about everything that I bought, and then we can make more stuff, another video about everything that we experienced, because oh my god. Anime Boston. You guys definitely got to check it out. The Blu-ray that I got is Howl's Moving Castle. Now, you may have noticed this in my collection video. I've only seen, in terms of Ghibli movies, I've seen Mononoke and Spirited Away, and I only own Princess Mononoke. I know. I'm a big anime fan, and I'm a big hypocrite, because I haven't seen a whole lot of Miyazaki films. But I have that now. I now own Howl's, which people tell me will be my favorite. Not 100% sure why, but multiple people have told me this. And I actually have Death Black from the podcast let me borrow Castle in the Sky, Laputa, a long time ago, and it's sitting next to my Blu-ray player, and it just hasn't gotten in yet. So sorry about that, man. I will watch that eventually, and maybe I'll talk about it with you guys. But someday it'll happen. I promise. Now we'll go on to manga. I didn't buy as many Blu-rays and DVDs as I did manga because I feel like some of the days the manga seemed like had like a much better deal. They knocked the prices off by like 20% here and there, and different vendors. Definitely, if this is gonna be your first con, I would take this out of like from like a collector's perspective. Be careful because the dealers will say that like they have some percentage off, but then they've already added in like $5 or $10 to the price that it should be. So I would always cross reference like Amazon or something like that, unless it's something that you really don't want to wait for. But you will find some deals. There are some honest deals there. And if you're not new to this channel, you know that you should have saw this coming from manga that I was going to purchase. But I love Inuyasha so much. This series means so much to me. And it was the first anime that I ever saw. And I own all of the anime and all of the movies. So next step was the manga. But the trouble with that is it's like 50... It's like, I think like 52 or 56 volumes. So thank God that Viz did these big editions where it's like 3-in-1, so now I can just buy 18 of these. I didn't buy 18 of these at once. I only got this first one because I wanted to get, a variety of series here. But I wanted to get at least one of these at the convention. This was on my checklist. This and Now and Then Here or There was actually on the checklist, so I was kind of 2 for 2 in that regard and finding stuff that was probably like pseudo rare. I mean, this is kind of old. But yeah, Inuyasha, got the first 3-in-1, and I can't wait to read this. Oh man, I love this series so much, and I know it's kind of overrated and it drags on, and but I just can't wait to own everything that is Inuyasha. It's gonna be wonderful. Next up, we got I have the first volume of Happiness. Now, Happiness is something that I had seen on Amazon, and I was like, it had come across, and I really liked the, judging a book by its cover. I really liked that cover, and then I went on YouTube and watched a couple channels and stuff like that, videos about the series itself, and I guess it's by the same guy that did Aku no Hana, which I had not seen, but I know it's highly, highly praised. And everybody has told me that this one thing about this is that it's a vampire story, clearly, but it's a vampire story that's different from others. And that really stood out to me because I feel like the only other vampire anime I've really seen was Shiki, and Shiki did vampires really, really well. So I'm wondering how they're going to do it in Happiness if people praise this almost as much as they praise Shiki. So yeah, I'm really interested. The art looks really cool. Like I said, it's probably my favorite anime or manga cover ever, and I think it just looks super detailed and cool. Can't wait to read that. Plus, I wanted to read something else that hasn't been adapted yet. We'll get to another series with that same kind of sentiment. Not right now, but after this. So this was kind of on a whim. I wasn't planning to buy this, but it's something that I think I would want to own eventually. I have the first 8 volumes of No Matter How I Look at It. It's You Guys' Fault I'm Not Popular, or Watamode for short. I watched the Watamode anime a couple months back, and I really, really liked it. I know it has a kind of split in the community, but I really found the character relatable. She's relatable to an extreme. I get that. But, I don't know. The show could be boring, and I'm hoping that the manga isn't boring, but I'm also hoping that the manga continues the story, because if you remember the end of the Watamode anime, you're kind of just left in a weird, there's a little bit of progression, but you wonder if the main character's ever going to achieve what they really want. And yeah, I recommend Watamode if you are, maybe not for everybody, I don't think it's a must watch, but if you're somebody who considers yourself sort of antisocial, or would rather kind of like stay inside than like stay inside and watch your hentai and read your dojins, compared to going out and talking to people in the real world where the sun burns your skin. You'll probably like Watamode. Yeah, it's really good. This last piece of manga I wanted to discuss a little bit was something I already owned, and I got an autograph for it. So this is Chrono Crusade Volume 1. And if you look, I have Greg Ayres' autograph here. And this is something I knew that Greg was going to be at the convention this year. And, I love his voice acting and a lot of the stuff that he does. But this thing about Chrono Crusade was it was a series I had known about for like a little while, but hadn't really like picked up until about a week before the convention. I had gotten all of the manga and the anime, and I had via the internet I had been told that like they kind of like differ. So I wanted to. This was a first for me. Was completing a manga and then seeing how it was adapted. So I read all 8 volumes of Chrono Crusade, and then watched I think it's 24 episodes in the anime in like 6 days. So it was like I crammed a lot of Chrono Crusade in there. But I really, really liked it. I do like the manga better. I'll probably make a video about that in the future. But as soon as I found out, too, that Greg Ayres was Chrono, one of the lead characters in the series, I was like, dude, this is what I'm going to get him to sign. Like, because I love this manga, and the anime is really good, too. So much. And I love his character in it. It's a lot different than other characters he's played. He's actually a demon in this one. He's not, just like this cutesy kind of like little kid. I don't know. I really, really liked it, and Greg Ayres, such a cool dude. He did a panel that we'll discuss probably in the future, and it was such a blast. The dude is so cool. He was the only voice actor that I got to like meet up close. I went to a couple other panels, but lines ended up being lines for a whole lot of stuff, and I was really into the dealer's room last weekend. And, seeing I got a whole lot of pictures of cosplayers. Oh my goodness. There was a Sango. It was actually, I think, multiple, but, like, I got a picture of a Sango. And what's funny is at the beginning of the convention, RK and I were discussing, he really likes Spice and Wolf, and I really like Inuyasha. Not that those are, like, similar, but, we were discussing like what kind of cosplays we were going to see at the convention, and we were both under the assumption that we would definitely see a Holo from Spice and Wolf, and I was like, dude, we're definitely going to see a Holo, but I was like, I highly doubt that we're going to see a Sango. Sango is my favorite female. She's my waifu. She's my favorite female character in all of anime. If you don't know who Sango is, she's sort of side character. She's in Inuyasha. She's hanging out with the main characters. But we were like, oh yeah, we're probably not going to see her. We did not see a single Holo. We did not. And we saw, I think 2 or 3 Sangos, and I got a picture of one who was oh my god, that was a blast. I thanked her. I was like, thank you for, my Anime Boston checklist, pretty much done. I got my now and then here and there, got my Inuyasha manga, and I saw my Sango. So, it was a great time. Plenty more happened. We'll have to talk about that in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much what I picked. Oh, one more thing. I can't believe I forgot this. I haven't been able to put it up yet because I need kind of more space. But hold on. Oh, that's upside down. I had this sick. Wow, it's really large. Durara wall scroll. Yeah, love this series so much. Had to pick this up when I saw it. Only $15 for that, which I found it on Amazon for like 20 something or $30. So that was actually something that I got a deal on. Excuse me, I'm just gonna put this over here. Yeah. But yeah, that was Anime Boston in a nutshell. Got some other like autographs and stuff, but probably talk about that in the future. Meeting Greg Ayres. Highlights, definitely meeting Greg Ayres, meeting Sango, and overall, experiencing this con for the first time with one of my best friends, it was a blast, and I will definitely do it again in the future. If you guys went to Anime Boston, let me know down below how your experience was, and tell me what did you guys pick up that was kind of rare or something like that, or something that means a lot to you. As always, guys, this is Miasma from Gyre Media, signing out.